All right, this is Maximus Analysis here for August 19th, 2015 at the close. We see we had a lot more selling. Again, it's just not a matter of me thinking I'm right or trying to be right. It's just to kind of say, listen, we're sideways and they need to prove to us about that 2105 or getting above it and then giving us something to go against. So again, seeing these long wick candles can be very attractive regarding, okay, we want to see follow through, but it's to say to yourself, I see one candle, but they're going to have to prove either 1, 2, or 3 days after that they're actually going to uh, continue with the move, and they didn't. You know, you got this next day, there was no follow through, and then they popped it up, and they haven't done anything with it. So again, we have to see again this 2068 area has held so far. You can see that's the 200-day moving average. You can see right now on live data that they got, this is FOMC, and they faded really, really badly. So what I'm really looking at is that hourly to see if they could continue and take out maybe these 2066 lows overnight, and then we can have some quick movement. Again, it doesn't take them long to move down to this 2048 area, but we'll see. Again, if they take out these highs, we'll just sit on our hands. But again, we saw some really good movement today, and they're bucking up against this for the new, so many times. So again, are they going to hold it or they're not? Again, we had the NQ. That one, again, didn't follow through, and now we want to see if it's going to hold this 44, 48 area to see if they're going to continue. But again, unless that happens, this is all false breakout. The YM, let's see how it looks right now. Again, these are futures, so they're, these are live charts, and they're continuing their down slot. And again, Apple's in this name, so again, this could mean that they could have a nice gap down on there. I took some weekly options of Apple today. Not my typical move. Again, I typically day trade the futures, but again, I saw an opportunity and I kind of took it. So again, we'll see if they continue again having it near this close, near this, under this 1740 area, and continue. You can see at the lower quarter of that candle means that you could have continued weakness. IWM, again, it's still broken. So again, they had a sell signal going into today, but again, if they close below here and continue, so there's high volume, but continuing to break at this low, they could see some more downside potential. Apple, again, closed near the low, so hopefully I get some follow through tomorrow. But I was looking at the declining volume, and I kind of just took that and, kind of see. I'm willing to go full position on them because they're going to pretty much expire. But again, this is the market, so you don't know what the hell they're going to do by Friday. So we'll see if they gap down tomorrow, see what that YM looks like. Okay, Google actually flirted with the 700 level for a second. So you can see here that the high was 720 cents, and they backed off that $6. As weird as it sounds, let's see if they break this low tomorrow. They break this low of 686 or 687. They could see you could see some downside potential, at least for a potential, if not gap fill, but they need to hold this 680 area. So that'll be a significant move to the downside if they get it. You have excuse me, you have Netflix. Again, this one is just trading sideways, but it does that a lot. So just be very cautious regarding getting too over anxious. You had the bonds actually shoot up today. So they exploded. So we got to see what's going on, and we got to see what's going on with this. Let me see if I could get this fix right. So let me just see if this dollar sign VIX gives us a, yep. So the volatility index is still very, very low. But again, these things are going to be your insane uncle, regarding just he's drunk and next thing he's cool and all of a sudden he's streaking down naked down the so this is just the parabolic nature of the VIX, and we'll see what happens. Again, it's low volatility, which has been for a while because it's been going up for such a long time. So option guys, be very, very aware that probably buying puts, because you're not going to get much premium down here. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just take a little time. Again, it's not to say I know more than you. Just take a little time to kind of figure out what that is, because when things are high, what they say, when the fix is high, it's time to buy. When it's fix is low, look out below. Well, they've been saying that for months. What I'm saying is regarding the pricing of the option, you're probably not going to get a lot of premium, okay, if you're selling options versus if you were buying, looking at the rip up. Also, another nugget, learn what VIG is. Let's look at something else. So we have Priceline actually was very bipolar today. So again, you see the low volume, but it had a bullish engulfing pattern. a couple days ago, didn't follow through. Yesterday went one tick above, and that's how damn dirty they can be. That the high was they went $1 above the high, and then today it looked like it was going good. Now, if they break this low of 1281, it could see some more downside potential. So again, these levels need to hold because these are previous highs. If they come back down to this 1180 area, you could see some more continuing selling. And also what we'll look at is the dollar. So the dollar is going to be I thought it would be shooting up actually, because I think there was an inverse relationship, but we'll see how this one plays out. I thought it was going to be up, but it's still down. And again, crude, my goodness. So again, those that are trading crude, remember that we are, and I tweeted it out earlier today, we are in the V contract. So this one is continuing to the downside. I mean, it closed around 41.27, but it was down to like 40.87. So again, I don't know if it's a capitulation downside, but the way it closed, I wouldn't think that it's capitulation. I think it has more downside potential to get down to here. So again, if you're in this one, congratulations. If you're not, don't try to pick the bottom. It's just not a profitable type of strategy at the end of the day. And that's all. I'm not going to tell anybody they're wrong or right, because there's different ways to skin this cat regarding to make money in the stock market, but it's just more of how your probability is, or trying to guess where the bottom is. Know if there's true support if you're trying to pick a bottom, and know where you're wrong. Because again, like I said, I have guys that are telling me this is the buy of the century around 61, 62, and right now it's off $20 from there. Now, they could have said it was the buy of the century, and that's fine, but as long as they said, listen, I'm going to put my stop underneath here and I'm out, then, you're good. You thought it was going to be, and again, you picked your probability and you had your risk reward for it to pop up maybe to that 76 area, but it didn't. And if it doesn't, you just stand down. Again, you hit your stop, you have your risk. Hopefully it's 1%, 2%, and kind of just treat this like a business. I was wrong, and I'll move on and see what it, again, I thought it might have been a break in the trend, but it wasn't, and I was wrong. Don't be an ass, don't be a dick. But again, just continue to look and try not to pick the bottom of everything. Let the knife stick in there and see it break above certain things. So if you're looking at this name, I wouldn't look at it above unless it got above 55. And people might say, oh, what happened if you missed all that move? I don't care. I need to see, I need price to prove that it is bullish. I don't want to guess. I don't know if I'm buying into every retracement. I'll get 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Maybe you get this. All right, that's fine. But again, if it's the opposite of the trend, I don't want no parts of it. I just don't. So again, we'll continue to look and see what's going on from here. And again, we'll see where the ES is right now. It's continuing to look to the lower side of it. So again, we've got to see where it opens tomorrow. It's right against the 200-day moving average. You have that, again, let's revisit these indexes. You have the YM still looking kind of weak, and it was selling into the close, but we'll see how this one plays out tomorrow, because it just seems like every damn day is something different, and I know, but again, for the guys that have been watching me, that 2080 area was significant. The 2092 area was actually significant as well. You can see where it, and again, I didn't use that moving average to get that number either. So again, we'll see how it goes, and trade it well and keep your capital. If you're not already short, wait for the short versus chasing. Okay, it's going to make a significant thing on how your risk reward comes out. Take care. Sorry the video is a little longer, but I figured that people want to hear a little more information on such a volatile day.